What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an all new episode of the 20-Minute Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, aka the Ring Snob, aka the Scene Snob, from thescenesnobs.com. It's been kind of a busy week, but not much in the news department, except for today. But I want to start off. Um, Raw last week was a pretty standard show, nothing much happened there. It does look like that we are going to get um, uh, possibly a team up in the near future of Seth Rollins and AOP, which could be interesting for the angle they're taking with Seth Rollins. Again, not a huge fan of Seth Rollins, but I like the angle they're taking with him. Yeah, give him a heel turn, but do it in such a way where he just seems like he's jaded by the company, or not even just the company, but the other wrestlers. And you can start a pretty good stable by getting AOP behind you. So I'm excited to see where that goes. As of now, we have AEW and NXT's ratings for the week. NXT's 2 week run. This is via 411 Mania, which is my source for this. For AEW and NXT, NXT's 2 week run is officially ended with AEW taking the top reins again, but only in a very narrow margin of 851,000 to 845,000 viewers. So it's exciting to see. Who knows where it's going to go? My personal feelings on it are consistently NXT's shows have been getting better, and consistently AEW's seem to be kind of stretching things that they don't need to be stretching, and whereas they start off strong, some really good storylines that after Full Gear, it seems like a lot of the storylines have been slowing down. I think they're going to pick back up because they still have the charisma of like Jericho as their champion. I still love the idea of SCU as the tag champs. And let's keep it going for a little while, see what happens with it. But, Chris Jericho, right now, his segments have been carrying the show and doing awesome. But, how far can we go? We don't really have anybody against the Inner Circle right now because the whole feud with Cody Rhodes, he's got a rivalry right now with MJF, but it's kind of hasn't been the same as when it was Jericho versus Cody Rhodes. So, we'll see what happens and see where it goes from there. But hopefully they build up some steam and you'll get the creativity flowing a little bit. We haven't seen in NXT. I'm sorry, I was reading, but my next thought was NXT's shows have been progressively getting better and better, and the push of Keith Lee right now is awesome. And my AEW is my go-to show first, but I have to follow up now with NXT right away. And it's we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling WWE is gearing up very soon. Like they just picked up John Morrison. I think he's going to be on main roster though, so we'll either see him on SmackDown or on Raw. We're not going to see him on NXT, I don't believe. And we probably won't see him, even though they announced it, we probably won't see him until an entry into Royal Rumble. But we'll see. I can't see them bringing him out. There would be no way to bring him out on any other pay-per-view that makes sense. Unless, of course, he comes out heel and, right now they're not building up any good storylines and they're very predictable in a lot of ways. But, I see the only way it really makes sense is bringing him out in Royal Rumble and see what happens. We have Jeff Hardy news. A good thing WWE is doing. And I do have a lot of, how do I say it? I do have a high respect for WWE in a lot of ways for a lot of things they do, and then there's a lot of things that they do that I don't respect too much. But one of the things I do respect is that they do take care of their guys when they're under their care, and one of those is Jeff Hardy. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but as we know, Jeff Hardy has been facing his demons for a long time with substance abuse. And, this year, following injury, we saw him arrested twice. I think it was a public intoxication charge, and the other one was a DUI. And, right now he's being urged, and WWE is supporting him to try and get him help. And more power to him. Jeff, please get better. We want to see you back out there, your future Hall of Famer. And we'd hate to see the demons get a hold of you. So, good luck to you, buddy. And great job for WWE to be helping him out. Now, via Wrestle Talk, I just got word, because I was going to talk about some releases for today, but there's some new release that just came out not too long ago. It looks like the WWE has released Luke Harper, Sin Cara, and the Ascension. So, interestingly enough, I'm anxious to find out who else is going to be released in the upcoming time, because there were a lot of people who asked for the release, and it seems like they're getting it now. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be definitely interesting. Now with Sin Cara, I'm anxious to see what they do, because he is the second Sin Cara. So are you just going to get a new one and have Sin Cara come back down the line? Just maybe put it to rest for a little while, or is that it? Is it done? Because he's already stated he's done. He's gone. And I can't imagine he's going to be Sin Cara anywhere else. WWE owns the rights to it. Now, so we'll just have to wait and see if they bring him back or something. It will definitely be interesting. And Ryan Parmeter and Eric Thompson from the Ascension, Connor and Victor respectfully. Now they're gone. I believe the rumor was that they had asked for their release too. And we haven't seen them on TV in a long time. And I liked them. I thought they were a good tag team. And I thought they were funny when they were doing their bits with Breeze Dango back in the day on SmackDown. But they have just been underutilized and not really. I don't even think they were. I have to double check, but I don't even think they were on any of the big tag team pay-per-views. So it's definitely interesting to see where this is going to go and where they go. I want to see where everybody's going to go. Right now, I think Luke Harper will probably end up in AEW. I know he has friends over there. And the Brody Lee character was pretty popular in the indie world. So we shall see what happens there. He could be a powerhouse if utilized properly. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Sin Cara, who knows? I'm anxious. This is just all really quick news, because, we've been here for a while. Like, Vince doesn't want to let go of anybody, doesn't want to lose them to anybody, but it also makes sense to kind of raise your salary cap a little bit, get rid of some guys, and maybe bring in different talent. So I'm anxious to see where it goes from there. Yeah, so I really think this is like a salary cap thing that we're getting. But, Luke Harper, I feel good for Luke Harper being released. I feel good for all of them being released, really, because, even Sin Cara's last 3 matches back in November, I don't think we've seen him since then, but on Raw, it was almost like a squash match, and what are you doing? Like, he's a name who's been with the company for 10 years. I don't know, it makes no sense to me, and was not a big fan of how they played this off. Some things, TLC, they're not building that up properly, because we're getting, I don't know what it is with the matches lately in all of the pay-per-views, but it seems like when we get to it, it's just slowly but surely, we'll leak this out to you. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, now we have a new match. And then it's like maybe 3 or 4 matches, and then day of, you're just kind of finding out what all the other matches are, and it makes no sense. And it's I don't know. It's just bad storytelling at this point. So we have Jungle Boy versus Jericho. I don't know if that's going to be for the title yet or not, but that's going to be on Dynamite next week. That was set up in the previous week. Very cool promo by Jericho that way. Seems like every week he's giving us some amazing promos. TLC, we do have a match coming up. It's the United States Championship match, of course. So it's Rey Mysterio versus, you guessed it, if you can predict anything, AJ Styles. It will be a good match. They'll work it right. Then nothing against either of them, but and they're just not building these stories properly, and they're just boring. And I'm sorry, but more and more I'm just getting bored. Supposedly tomorrow night on Raw, we're finally gonna get the divorce of Lana and Rusev. So it'll be interesting to see how they're doing. Gonna bring a mediator out right in the middle of the ring. Are they gonna do courtroom appearances throughout the episode? Who knows? We'll see. But we got we got a lot of stuff coming, and but this week has been kind of a slow one. I think with the holidays coming up, it's just kind of, we don't have much going on. But so there's no real new news. SmackDown, if you had watched it, we're gonna have Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a pretty good worked match. They're both good workers. And it's not The Fiend, it's Bray Wyatt. And the angle they're taking there, I think, is pretty cool. So basically, how it's working out is everybody who The Fiend has been unleashed on so far and taken out has been somebody who has, in the past, wronged Bray. But The Miz has never done that. So, as of right now, it's The Miz versus Bray. And how that was set up was, weirdly, it was set up as The Miz searching for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's been missing since The Fiend came and took him. And who knows where he is. Who knows where his hairless face is, since his beard was ripped off. But, so he comes out and does Miz TV. Is talking about, wanting to get down to the bottom of where Daniel Bryan is. And then we get a Firefly Funhouse come out. And Bray comes out, he talks, and, yada, yada, yada. It just kind of makes no sense. And then he holds up a picture of Miz and his family, and his wife and his kids. And he kind of photoshops himself into it. So Miz storms back, tries to fight him, gets attacked by Bray Wyatt. That's where it goes. So we're going to have a match. Like I said, it's going to be a good work match, but I wish they had set this up a little bit more, a little bit better. Like they did with Rollins, where they set up Rollins perfectly, and then gave him that god-awful Hell in a Cell match. So, naturally, that's going to be our main event, it looks like. Which, I don't know what happened. It seems like the women's division is just kind of faltering, and they've been main eventing for a while, so, let's see what happens there. Hopefully they can set some stuff up that isn't just Charlotte and Becky shoehorned in together, fighting whoever. Not even fighting Bayley and Sasha, who would make the most sense for why they would team up together. But, whatever. Yeah, it just keeps happening and happening. We did get Seth Rollins on WWE Backstage last week, which, the week before that, we had Triple H, and of course, no CM Punk for the past 2 weeks. So I knew it was going to be a recurring role, but I thought we'd at least get him like 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Nope, he came back. Now he's been nowhere to be seen, and we've had Triple H and Seth Rollins, his two, I don't want to say adversaries. Yeah, Triple H is probably his biggest adversary, but in real life. But Seth Rollins most recently like an adversary to him, but nothing. And these guys come out and they talk, and nothing's touched down upon it, because WWE Backstage, which is supposed to be your news about WWE, gives you nothing. It talks about nothing of substance. They just do their promo schools and whatnot, and that's about it. So that's really the news we got for you. So it's probably gonna be a short episode. I don't have much else going on at the moment. It'd be more conjecture than anything else. But yeah, as of right now, tomorrow I think the biggest thing we have to look forward to is see if they get divorced or not. See if Rusev and Lana get divorced. So we'll see what happens. But on that note, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to hear. I did a review of Rampage 92 that's up on the YouTube site, on the YouTube channel, I should say. So give us a subscribe. Also, give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Scene Snob. More news up there coming out all the time. So look forward to hearing from you guys. So that's about it. And until next week, have a great week. Bye, everybody.